Hey, hey, so excited to be here with you today. I'm going to be talking about how saying no is an act of love. I know if you are a nice guy or a people pleaser and you are accustomed to saying yes to everything and then you end up feeling resentful. And if you were in a toxic marriage, you had to really give up a lot of your identity of who you are, maybe even, deny your own emotions and needs to keep the peace in a relationship. And that makes you feel anxious and insecure, and you always second guess yourself, and you're really not sure who you are anymore. And I'm here to tell you this is your year to reclaim your power, to get back your confidence, and to really transform your life into the potential of who you are meant to be. So I'm so excited about this workshop that I have coming up because I'm going to be helping you reframe how you think about your relationships and how you think about yourself. And one of the things that I hear people, say, I feel guilty about saying no when I say no. And I'm here to tell you that saying no is an act of love, but you need to think of it as an act of self love. So if you're a parent, this is a really kind of good analogy for those of you that are parents. You know that you tell your kids no for their benefit. You don't feel guilty about telling your kids no, right? When that toddler is, running over to that hot stove and you gently and kindly and lovingly tell your toddler, "No, no, no, let's go do this. Let's go do something that's safe and healthy." You don't feel guilty about that. And you need to think about no is an act of love for you. It's an act of self love. Saying no to things you don't want and to people that you no longer serve any purpose in your life, that's an act of self love. That's an act of self preservation. If you're keeping the peace for yourself, that's an act of self love. So stop feeling guilty for saying no and start learning that when you say yes out of guilt, you're actually destroying your relationship with the other person in a sense, because you're building resentment and you're not showing up as your authentic self, and you're showing up as an inauthentic person. And so the relationship is built on um, an untruth. And so when you show up as an authentic self, I'd much rather my friend or a colleague say, "You know what, no, I don't want to do that. It doesn't align with who I am." Like I totally would respect and like love that person for being like honest and not doing something out of an obligation for me. So you need to switch your mindset this year into saying no and into loving yourself and accepting yourself and getting back to who you really are and who you are really meant to be. So, at my workshop, I have so many tools and so many bonuses that I've really handpicked, custom designed, because I have worked with hundreds of divorce professionals. So I know exactly what it takes to heal the divorce baggage so that you feel confident and free and at peace no matter what, even if you have a high conflict, crazy ex. Um, Even if you aren't quite done with your divorce, even if you are feeling overwhelmed and anxious, I'm going to give you all those tools so you can let all that bullshit go this year. I have custom designed tools that are going to take your life to the next level. One is a core values assessment so that if you've lost your way, if you don't know what your feelings, what are my values, I don't know who I am anymore, this is going to help you get back to that. And I've got a goal success workbook. So what it is really, it's really exciting. It is a workbook that's designed to make your goals measurable. It gives you a strategy for making sure that what you are doing is attainable this year. And I'm giving you a self-healing journal so that you can reflect on some of those things that have impacted you and release some of those traumas. It is really transformative. I've had clients that come to me and have said, Oh my God. The journals that you give us have been some of the most transformative tools that I've ever had in my life. So you're getting all that and so much more, not to mention the coaching that you're going to be getting. I've even implemented even a little more time so that you can have some personalized coaching time during this as well. So if you have not signed up, please sign up. I cannot wait. This is going to be epic. This is going to be life changing. It's going to transform your 2022. All right. I can't wait to see you in person, live, on Zoom. Okay. All right. See you soon.